Sagittarius, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? How are you? So in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. I'm going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started on your reading. All right, so Saggies, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Sagittarius for their highest good, for their highest good spirit. Here we go. Sorry, you guys. I have my microphone here. So, okay, there we go. Okay. Two cards for Saggies for their highest good spirit. Oh, okay. Thank you. You have watching clouds, lay back, rest, and relax. Wow. So I feel like you don't really have to do anything, just to keep doing what you're doing, keep moving forward. But in the meantime, rest, relaxed, and enjoy. Really take it easy, really go out there and be comforted, ground yourself, be in nature, be happy, You also have ascending the mountain, keep going forward. Wow. That even though you may not see your path clearly, even though there could be some obstacles, that you still have to keep going forward. Okay. Be strong, be wise, and just keep pushing forward no matter what, because something there is good. It's going to come in very good. Very nice. All right. So, Sagittarius, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Saggies, Saggies. Thank you, Spirit. One for the current, one for the situation, one for the past or now, one of what's hidden, one of the hopes and fears, one of what you need to do now, what you need to work on. Wow. And then one for the outcome. What is the outcome? Okay. Justice. Okay. So I feel like there could be some kind of truth that had to come out, because I feel like there's an ending. There's like anger here. I feel like you're going through a lot right now. I could feel it. I also see it too. All right, so Sagittarius, let's begin. So you start off with the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. There could be some kind of offer coming in. Also, I feel like there could be a decision that you are definitely contemplating about. We'll see why it's here. For the situation, you have the Three of Pentacles. There's somebody going to come in to help you to do what you want to do. I feel like there's going to be collaboration, some kind of partnership. I also feel like you are being watched at. You are being very watched. They're looking at you, come up with all these plans. They're looking at you making plans, you know how to create things, you know how to do things, and they're just watching you, how wise you are, and they come to you, but I feel like there's some kind of collaboration here, or you're collaborating with somebody to create something. You do have the Ace of Wands for the past or now. I do believe it's now. I do believe that you're on this new path coming through, because there is an ending here, so it's coming in very soon. You do have the Ten of Swords here for what's hidden. Something came to an end. It could have been a relationship, could have been a career, could have been just somebody just not being in your life anymore. Just definitely just something coming to an end. Remember what I say though, when you have the Ten of Swords, it always goes back to the beginning. So you're definitely close to this new chapter here, new cycle. We'll see more. You do have the Five of Swords down here. Could be feeling frustrated, angry, feeling just like, no, I'm not going to go through this again, fearless, fearful about doing things, wow, just angry, frustrated. You do have the Judgment card here for what you need to do now, and that's, you're changing a lot. You need to accept these changes that are coming through. Also, I feel like you are. I feel like you're that there's been like, you're not the same person that you used to be. You do have the Magician card here. The Magician is talking about, being positive, having the tools to create your world, what you want to do, what you want to do, what you want to bring out there, because you're the one that creates the world that you live in, by thinking the way you're thinking, being positive, being, negative, whichever, but you do have everything to do it. And that's what they're saying, you have everything to do what you want to do. So what's stopping you? You do have the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands is talking about that don't let anybody, bring you down, live in the moment, stop caring so much about what people are thinking and doing, or what they're going to say. Just keep going. All right, so Saggies, let's do this, clarify these cards. Take what resonates with you, Saggies, and leave the rest. This is for Saggies, 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 Saggies. And you did have the Justice card here. I feel like if you're dealing with anything legally, you could be dealing with like a divorce or something like that. Also feel like there is justice here, for you to stand your ground and speak your truth about things, whatever it is. Because you have the Queen of Swords right behind it too. So the end of the cards, the tarot deck, that the end of those cards, they do matter. So just know that. Spirit, this is for Sagittarius for the highest good. Why is the Two of Cups here? One more card. Wow. Wow, interesting. Okay, so there could have been some kind of decision that you made or you're about to make very soon. You do have the Two of Cups, like I said. The Two of Cups is talking about, there could be some kind of decision. There could be some kind of offer, some kind of something coming in to, to help you, or an opportunity here. But I feel strongly like it's a decision that you're trying to make. And it could be and this is for somebody out there, it could be about your relationship. And I feel like you're going to be walking away, definitely walking away, because you do have this Eight of Cups. And for everybody else, I feel like you do have the Eight of Cups here. So you are definitely moving on, to something better. Emotionally and physically, you're definitely moving on. You're taking the higher road. You're not staying back anymore. And I feel like it was time. It was time to do it, wow. So really, you're definitely going on your own path right now. You have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about, following your heart, doing what's best for you, feeling better, wanting to feel better instead of feeling stuck, instead of feeling like, hey, you know what, I don't want to be in this position anymore. I'm ready to get up and move on, and I feel like that's what y'all are doing. I don't know what the circumstances are, but wow, follow your heart. Have that forgiveness and that compassion also, because I feel like, whatever it is, whatever offer, whatever situation you were in, you still need to have that compassion and forgiveness, because, you don't want to be walking around being hateful, hating everything because of that one person, Hold on, you guys. And then you have you do have the Three of Pentacles here. And why is the Three of Pentacles here for the situation? Wow. So maybe there was some kind of partnership here. My goodness, hold on, you guys. I'm going to have to put my phone on mute pretty soon here. So you started off with the Three of Pentacles here. The Three of Pentacles is talking about collaborating with somebody, partnership, maybe there was some kind of partnership, maybe there was something that you were doing, trying to create something with somebody, maybe a relationship, but I feel like there was some kind of partnership, and I feel like whatever it was, right now you're feeling like it's been disappointing, it's not what you wanted, you're thinking about it, you're like, trying to figure out, I'm definitely moving on from it, but you're feeling in your emotions, and I could see it, this guy right here, he's like is in himself. He's just like not paying attention, very unfocused, there's opportunities around you, but you're just not really looking, Saggies. I feel like, even though there was a partnership, or there could have been some kind of partnership here, somebody trying to help you, trying to get you to do something, I feel like you're not really focusing on that. They're asking you to really, see the light in things, that whatever it is that has come to an end, or whatever it is that has come to a close, that you just not need to keep going and not give up. Okay. Because I feel like, she's the queen of wands, right? She has no care in the world. No care. She doesn't care about who sees what, who's talking about what. She doesn't care. She just knows that she wants to be happy. She wants to be in the light, and that's you. Um, she has sunflowers around her. There's a reason why, because they follow the light, and that's the way you need to be. Stop being in this negativity, this negative mode. Stop being in this part where you're like, you know what? Nah, no, it's not going to work out. And this didn't work out, so this isn't going to work out. Stop being like that. Okay? Follow the light. Be the light. You are your own light. Okay? So find your strength in all that. Keep yourself busy. Find something new to do. You have the Ace of Wands here for the past or now. I do believe it's now. I do believe that you're coming into a new direction, because you're leaving one. You're leaving something. Something's coming to an end, and you're going in a new direction. So definitely something's here. You have the Ten of Swords here, Saggies, for what's hidden, and why is the Ten of Swords here? One more card. Wow. Wow. So something did come to an end. I feel like something has ended, or is about to end very soon. You stood your ground. You're not taking that anymore. You're very strong-willed. You spoke your truth. You had to do what you had to do. And now it's coming to an end. And it's okay, because you can rise above all this also. Remember what I say, when the Ten of Swords is here, it always goes back to the Ace of Swords. So there is that new beginning trying to come through. And there's also this new path that you're on. You are going to get better. Everything is going to be better for you. We all have to go through changes we don't like, but sometimes we need them, to move on to our next cycle, or our next chapter in life. So really think about that. Okay. Really stand up for yourself. You're standing up for yourself now. You're not taking anything from anybody, and you don't have to ever. Because that's just not the way we are. Why should we be somebody's puppet when, we have free will and we are able to do our own things? You have the Five of Swords here. Why is the Five of Swords here? One more card. Wow. Oh, okay. So I feel with the Five of Swords, you're very frustrated. You're very angry. You have a lot of anxiety. You're very upset about a lot of things, and it's going to be like that for a little bit, but all you want right now is to be independent. You want to be happy. You want to be, have that growth and succeed in everything, and you will. But you got to give yourself some time to go through all this, because you will heal. You will get on that new direction. It's just, this is part of life that we're going through. I feel like there is some kind of abundance trying to come in for you, but I feel like you already know. You're trusting yourself. You're trying to work on yourself. You're trying to get better. You need to use your inner power. Okay. The High Priestess is here for a reason, and she's saying that you're strong beyond. There's nothing that can bring you down. Use that inner courage. Use that inner power, that intuition that you have, to use it. Okay, because you have it. Trust yourself in things. Trust your decisions. Trust what you're doing. Okay, because it was for the good. Okay. You have the Judgment card here, and why is the Judgment here, and what you need to do now? One more card. Wow. So you are going to change. You're going to go through this big, huge change. There's a rebirth. There's a reborn, whatever you want to call it. It's a transition that you're going through, because things have ended. They're not the same anymore. You're not the same anymore. You're moving forward. Even though as hard as it is, you still have to go forward. So just know that, okay? This is part of your path. This is part of your destiny, that you needed to go through this to learn. Trust me, all these things that you've been going through, you're not going to do them again, because you've already learned. You're seeing everything now. You're going to be very emotional, but you know, you're going to keep your emotions balanced. You know, you're going to be feeling sad, but you're going to be okay because you're going to have the Ten of Pentacles. You're going to reach that material success that you want. You know, you're going to establish yourself. You're going to be able to handle everything that you want, what you want to get, because doors are going to open, you know, because at the time you were stuck. You were like, no, I don't want to change things. No, I don't want to go forward. No, I don't want to go do this. You know, but now you're going to, because something has come to an end. You're going in a new direction. Doors are opening, okay? So that's very nice, very nice. You have the Magician here. And why is the Magician here? For what you need to work on? Wow. Okay. Whew. So Saggies, you know, you're going through a lot, but you know, you can overcome anything that comes your way, okay? Because you are very divinely guided, for one. You know, you're searching for answers. You could be searching for a purpose in your life also. I feel like you're just definitely looking at everything, you know, looking for answers, looking at the traditional values or morals, something like that. But I also feel like you just need to really go within and clear your mind so you can find the answers that you're looking for. I feel like also too, you know, you do have everything to create what you want. You know, you may think that you don't, but you do. You know, if you think positive, focus, and start doing what you need to do, start new, it'll come through. But you need to do this, okay? Because remember, if you wallow in it and be unfocused and not care, you know, and not do anything because, oh, you're just so mad or sad, and let this person take all your energy, then you're going to have the negativity coming in. So switch your energy to positive, okay? And know that things are going to be able to be better for you if you want that. You do have the Page of Wands here, and the Page of Wands, wow, is talking about, you know, the Page of Wands is really talking about, like, you know, you're ready for all this change. You're ready for it to come in. You know, you want it. You know, we all want it, you know, but you need to start believing in yourself, okay? Start believing in yourself, you know, maybe explore something different. You know, have that optimism to get up and go do something different for yourself. This time, think about yourself and not somebody else, okay? Do that. And then you have, for the outcome, you have the Queen of Wands. Nice. One more card. Wow. Wow, okay. So, she wants you to find your strength, you know. Stop caring so much about everything that has happened. The betrayal, the deceit, the you know, everything that has gone into your life that has made you feel like that, because you're really in your mind about things. You really are. You know, you're looking at them and you're like second guessing yourself. You know, was it me? Was it, did I do it? You know, did I push them to it? You know, and it's not. It's not. You know, I know it's hard to not be able to see things clearly, but you need to get out of your mind. Really get out of your mind, okay? Stop trying to overthink everything. Stop trying, because it's only going to make you feel worse. So stop doing that, okay? I feel like you just need to really just be the light and see the light in everything and not give up. To live in the moment, to, you know, follow your own light. Follow your own way, you know, but leave this anger, this whatever it was that did this to you. Leave it. You know, start being honest with yourself about things that are going on in your life and how they happen and how you're leaving now and how you're walking into a different path. You know, be real with yourself. Wow. There is justice here. Okay. So you don't have to do anything. Karma is going to come in to help you, but you don't need to do anything. Just lay back and rest. Lay back and rest and just keep pushing forward. All right, so Saggies, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will definitely see you next time. God bless.